As inevitable as an early death was for Cobes, it turns out there was a very strong chance his life could have been saved. We just saw this video he posted to Facebook, and it broke the meatbag's heart.
Feel like shit, Facebook. It hurts to lay down. Been up all night puking and pooping. Oh man, I feel like shit. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm clammy, my stomach hurts. Been up all night puking and using the bathroom. But I will push through this. Oh, it hurts. It hurts to breathe. Fucking my stomach. My stomach hurts.
One time, our meatbag called the police for Josh. It was the night Jessica flipped out after he chose to use the wrong pan. This was, of course, on her live stream. He could hear the verbal altercation, and he could hear Josh get slapped a couple of times. Seconds later, there was a scuffle, so the meatbag picked up the phone and called the cops. He told them that Josh Saunders was being attacked by his girlfriend. He did that because it was both true and because Josh needed help. We really wish Josh had posted this on YouTube. He just described almost the exact same experience our meatbag had with appendicitis. The meatbag didn't do much puking or pooping, but the pain was incredible. Anything remotely connected to the right lower side of his body that moved caused pain. He couldn't lay down, he couldn't sit up. No matter what he did, it hurt. The sweat and heat were intense too. He imagined it was what being shot felt like after the bullet came to rest. The doctors later told the meatbag he almost waited too long to come in. Appendicitis, they said, can kill. What happens is the appendix gets infected, swells up with pus and pops, causing the pus, bacteria, and oftentimes stuff fresh out of the stomach into the abdomen itself. It's kind of like both pooping and throwing up into the spaces between your stomach and intestines.
Now you need to understand our meatbag is not a doctor. He understands that too, so he checked out other diseases and afflictions with the same kind of symptoms. Another one popped up that has Josh Saunders written all over it. Severe food poisoning. This the meatbag has also had. And there was one key difference in the symptoms. Bowel evacuation no longer became voluntary. At its worst, it was like a Cyraxian brown flood every 15 to 20 minutes. This experience was brought to him by his local Papa John's, and more specifically, an employee who didn't wash his or her poopy hands. In a fun twist of irony, a letter written by the meatbag's father, who also suffered the same problem, prompted Papa John to give them a coupon for a free pizza. One that was given to people who didn't have flashbacks of the Papa John's polluted pizza problem. Anyway, we digress.
Please understand, we're not blaming anyone. We're simply saying that at the time he made this video, it was still possible to save his life, and that makes his death especially tragic. In our meatbag's mind, he's played out what might have happened if he had seen this and contacted authorities. There's a good chance Josh wouldn't have listened to EMS, who almost certainly would have seen a man in need of a hospital the same way our meatbag did. Josh might very well have insisted he was gonna be fine. However, there is also a good chance he would have said yes, especially if Clint had shown up and begged him.
We will never know, and that is one of the things that will haunt people, from the meatbag to his fans, and all the way back to Clint. By the way, I know I'm only a bot with his voice, but I just want to say I despise Meaty Me. Fuck sickos, thank you.
To be clear, again, the meatbag is not a doctor. However, he does want to know what happened to Josh, has had some experience with a couple of likely possibilities, and knows others are wondering too. So he's saying he's pretty sure it was his appendix. He figures that once Josh's appendix ruptured, Josh actually felt better, which is what one of the doctors told our meatbag would have happened if he tried to fight through it. Once the pressure is relieved, the pain subsides. Josh probably still felt like shit, but at least he could lay down and get some sleep. which would have been a welcome relief after being up all night on the can. The meatbag thinks that Josh probably had a full gut when his appendix blew, which could have contributed to how quickly death overcame him. Again, not a doctor, but basic physics says that fluids are drawn to areas of lower pressure. Think of it like a water balloon. If you fill one to almost bursting and another less than half, then poke a hole in the top, one will create a tiny fountain or explode. The other will not. If Cobes was full, he was looking at a fountain situation. So unless the autopsy says differently, it looks to us like there was a chance that Josh didn't have to die this week.